Let's talk about cell phones in schools. What started as a simple classroom distraction, well, it's blown up into a really complex issue. It's affecting everything from student well-being to how kids even talk to each other. It's a huge, huge challenge for educators. So today, we're going to dive into one company's approach to tackling this problem head-on.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to really dig into the problem itself and find out why school leaders are searching for new answers. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of this one solution, the NuKase. What it is, how it works, and, importantly, how it stacks up against the other options out there. And finally, we'll walk through what it actually looks like for a school to bring this system on board.
So what's really driving this shift? For a lot of school administrators, this conversation has totally moved beyond just stopping kids from cheating or texting in class. The real concern, the one that's changing everything, is the deeper impact these phones are having on mental health, on social skills, and on the simple, fundamental ability to just focus.
This quote from a school administrator just nails it, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of the matter. This isn't about being reactive and just putting out fires. It's about being proactive. It's about wanting to build an environment that is genuinely better for students and for their learning.
And that's the key, right? The end goal here isn't about punishment. It's about creating what you could call a digital detox during the school day. It's a chance for kids to actually disconnect from their screens, to engage with each other face-to-face, and to really lock in on what they're learning. So this brings administrators to a really critical fork in the road. On one side, you have these big mass storage options, right? Where the school has to collect and then becomes responsible for hundreds, sometimes thousands of really expensive phones. But on the other side, you have the individual case approach, where every student keeps their own phone with them and they stay responsible for it all day long.
And that second path leads us right to the NuKase. It's a tool that was specifically designed as an individual solution, born directly out of this very challenge. So let's take a closer look at what this thing is all about.
Okay, first thing you notice, the material. This isn't some flimsy piece of plastic. It's made from shatterproof polycarbonate, the same kind of stuff used in some really tough applications. The whole idea here is durability. This thing is built to survive the chaos of a school environment for years, not just a semester.
Now here's a really clever design choice. The case is translucent. That means a teacher can glance over and see, yep, the phone's in there. But, and this is the smart part, it's just blurry enough that you can't actually read any notifications or messages on the screen. The hope is that students will just learn to turn their phones off to save battery since they can't use them anyway.
And check out the lock. Instead of using those little pins that can easily get bent or just snap off, this uses a simple magnetic lock bar. It's all about being robust and easy to use. You just get this really satisfying solid click and the phone is secure.
All right, so that's the hardware. It's tough, it's smart. But what does it actually look like in practice? How does this thing fit into the daily grind of a school? Let's walk through it.
It all boils down to a super simple 3-step routine. In the morning, students pop their phone in the case and click it shut themselves. Then they keep it with them all day, in their pocket and their backpack, which is huge because it means the school isn't liable for it. Finally, at the end of the day, they just tap the case on a magnetic unlocking station on their way out the door. It's just the simple loop: lock, carry, unlock. And this graphic, man, it really paints a picture of the impact across the entire school day. The goal is to smooth out morning arrivals, slash disruptions in the classroom, create a more social vibe in the lunchroom, and make dismissal way more efficient. The whole idea is for this to just become a natural, seamless part of the daily routine. But here's the really cool part. The reported benefits go way beyond just better focus in class. Schools that are using this system are seeing real changes in their culture. We're talking less cyberbullying and no more kids secretly recording fights or sending inappropriate photos. And one of the most amazing things they report, lunchrooms that used to be silent with everyone staring at their screens are now buzzing with actual conversation.
Now I know what you might be thinking. What about those other options out there? The soft fabric pouches? Well, let's put them right next to each other and see how they really compare.
And you can see the difference right away, can't you? On one side, you've got the soft pouch idea, which, let's be honest, is going to get worn out, torn, and stained. And on the other side, you have the durable, hard-shell design of the NuKase. It's just a totally different philosophy when it comes to design and materials.
Let's break this down feature by feature, because this is where it gets really interesting. The pouches? They often use a sharp pin that can bend or break. The NuKase? A pin-free magnetic bar. The material? Soft, tearable fabric versus shatterproof polycarbonate. Visibility? The pouches are opaque. You have no idea what's in there. The NuKase is translucent. And then there's hygiene and warranty. The pouches get gross and are hard to clean with no warranty. The NuKase just wipes clean and is backed for 3 full years.
And that 3-year warranty, that's a really big deal. It's a statement. It says the company has total confidence in how durable their product is. It positions the NuKase not as a disposable item you have to buy again every year, but as a real long-term investment in your school.
Okay, so let's say a school leader is watching this and thinking, this makes a lot of sense. What's next? What are the actual practical steps to bring this system to their campus?
Well, the pricing is refreshingly simple. This chart shows the cost for each unit. There's a standard size and an XL version that can also fit things like AirPods. And the key thing here is that it's a one-time purchase. There are no sneaky software fees, no leasing costs, no hidden charges down the road. You buy it once and you own it. And you're not just left on your own to figure it all out. They provide a ton of support to get you up and running. That includes guides on best practices for the rollout and even communication templates you can use to explain the new policy to parents and students, making that whole transition way smoother. But look, you can look at pictures and charts all day. The best way to really understand the quality and how this whole thing works is to actually get your hands on one. And a sample pack lets decision makers do exactly that. It comes with both the standard and the XL case, plus one of those powerful unlocking magnets. You can feel how tough it is, you can test the lock, you can see for yourself precisely how the whole system operates. And that really brings us to the final, and I think most important question. This isn't just about locking up phones. It's about unlocking potential. So just think for a second. What could your students and your teachers accomplish in a classroom that is truly free from digital distraction and completely focused on learning?